Hi guys, it's me, just learning again, and for this video, I will be talking about a movie that has a special place in my heart. For this movie was one of my mother's favorites, so I'm going to be talking about it for in celebration of her birthday, which comes up on April 12th. And this is a good movie. Just in general, it was good to get a sequel. So, plus there are many cute and cuddly little animal bugs in this movie. And I speak only of the legendary Sword and Sorcery movie, The Beastmaster. Now, I gotta say that this movie is special because not only is it a fun movie, but it's also got romance and all kinds of other things too. Plus, I think that they got the trope of a man putting got a mind control bug inside someone's skull via the ear and turn him evil. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But this movie is actually a good like I said, a good sword and sorcery movie, like a la Conan the Barbarian or like the Scorpion King films. And it's very odd that the main actor looks surprisingly like what's his name, Mark Hamill. Now this is probably because the people that made the movie Beastmaster, like production company or something like that, were creative. Said, look at Star Wars. Look at how popular that movie franchise is. So let's see about making that movie into. I want that guy to be in my movie, but apparently, Mark Hamill was too expensive at the time that's made in 1982. So they figured to go with this other guy, Mark Singer, as the character Dar. Now this is a fantasy movie, of course, and I could swear to God that this the basis for the video game not called that Altered Beast. For some reason, because they have the guy over there handling a big sword, a big axe, and a job like smiling girl during it. So I find that very, very coincidental. Anyway, we start this off with a child being born in this fantasy world. I think it's called Ark. Something like that. It was based on a fantasy book, so everything will be not in reality name-wise. So you got this you got like a prophecy, I guess, and when he's born, well, he's not really born in traditional sense because the mother gets pregnant, and the Lord Zed, King Zed, is worried that this guy will overthrow him, which obviously happens in the movie, but I'm getting ahead of myself again. the thing is that he's concerned about this. So he has a witch take the woman's fetus, embryo, whatever you call it, and magically transport it from the pregnant mother into a bowl, so that when it gets time to be born, the witch can take it out of a Mortal Kombat style, like ripping it out of the bowl and then pulling it out. So that little goriness. Yeah, all the effects are practical in this movie because CGI really wasn't put into movies at this point. So if everything that you see in the movie is real, and that's not why my mom looked. My mom looked because of Kodo and Podo, which I'll get just later on too. But we're introduced to young Dara played by Billy Jacoby. Although it is the West German production, West German and American, so things kind of look weird. So anyway, you have this guy that gets rescued by this other guy. To begin with, the E. So he becomes the foster father for this kid, this stepdad. So he trains him as far as fighting goes. And I guess because he was born of a male bull, he gets magical powers in which he can talk to animals, like Dr. Doolittle, or Land's version of Aquaman. Which, by the way, I wonder, for those familiar with the events of Dar in the books, and with the sequel movie, does Dar actually communicate with marine life? Does he communicate with other creatures? Because we only get like a handful of cuddly buddies that you can talk to, like a panther, like Kodo, little ferrets, and the falcon or the eagle, named Shrek, not Shrek, but Shrek. And it's actually really cool. But I just wish that he went to other realms, if you will. The insect world, for one thing, other big cats like lions, tigers, and maybe bears too. Oh my. All that other fun stuff too. So it was kind of a little bit of a disappointment in that regard. But anyway, he eventually develops friendships with these animals, where it's nice to show that he gains friends over time in this movie. Like, develops time with the bird, the ferret who steals something from him. Then he ends up saving their life, so they owe like a life debt to him. Which is actually really, really nice. No, you don't want all your. I hate when they have like movies and characters where they always have like one character who has like all their powers, all their abilities right there for them, the fingertips. Almost like Superman or Aquaman or something like that there and above. So anyway, you got Dar who's concerned about trying to to live when it's like you keep sending out like monsters and stuff to get him. So then wandering into the woods, you find this Black Panther who he helps out. He creatively enough called him Rue. Rue. It's R-U-H. Rue. And I can do that rolling R sound. So yeah. So anyway, he helps out. The Ben becomes his buddy, one of his cuddly buddies, and he meets somebody over there called the very sexy Kiri, and she's with a little assistant there, and they both enjoying the pool, enjoying the pool in the water, the big water, and Kiri is, well, both women are topless. Now, this is probably the only time that you actually see nudity in this movie. But the thing is that I would question the women going into the little natural pool of water there, because things can get into crevices and ruin your day, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's that. But let me tell you something. Even though she does have a nice body and stuff, it's the eyes. She has very intense eyes, which I love about her. The actress, her name is Tanya Roberts, and it's funny because he used the rule to get his way with her, to get her to talk to him, and he uses the big black pussycat to get, well, I want to be demonetized, so I'm going to use the cat to get her to fall in love with him and get close to him in one way to one. So it's very quite funny because he did it to somebody else too. So he uses like a trick to get women, which, oh yeah. But anyway, I don't know whether it's her outfit or whatever, but for some reason, it must be the outfit, because I don't think people allow this on YouTube or filming or anything like that, but for some odd reason, the bottom of her pants, or of her underwear, it must be the same color as a flash, because either that or she don't wear any underwear, because it's kind of awkward and kind of weird. You know, I would imagine that there'd be some kind of dress code for that type of thing, or they, like I said, wouldn't allow on YouTube or anywhere, like a Triple X or M-Rig or something like that. So she gotta be wearing something under there. Anyway, you can see in certain shots when her loincloth when her loincloth gets flipped to the side, you can actually see something in there. So that's kind of awkward, an awkward type shot. Maybe she got leggings on underneath there or whatever. So anyway, you see him Catherine, he trends the bird, the eagle, and you see with quote-unquote, you see with root. I don't really feel bad about you just seeing the bird or the eagle because they really use his name as compared to the other three animals. So anyway, she is like I don't want to say concubine, but a handmaiden to Max, because it's called Max, but I guess they wanted to go for the edge. And he played by legendary actor Rip Torn, the best Zeus I think that ever face the earth. But how funny would it be Rip Torn actually played King Zed in this movie? We always got him playing Zed from the much more well-known Men in Black franchise. So how funny is it to see him say King Zed, Lord Zed, Lord this and stuff? Now that'd be real funny right there. So anyway, you got that and Zed's got like I guess 3 witches that are very similar to the witches from the 3 witches from the Macbeth and all of that. That's very funny. And they also have this little ring that when the other people get one of the kids, Seth's kid, which I'll talk about later on, Tal. It's got like an eyeball on it. I know I've seen the eyeball before, but it looks like the eye of Sauron in that it transmits information from oh yeah, I know where it's from. Mars Attacks. Like Mars Attacks must have got the idea from this movie because they do with the spy there that spies on President Taft and then gets what Sugar did. But in this one, the eyeball goes from the bad guys, no, from the good guys that project their position to Max and the witches until Seth pokes the eye out with a hot poker. And it's funny because as he does it, one of the witches go like, oh my eye, oh my eye. So it's implied that this viewing device is part of our body. So that's pleasant to know. You just blend an old lady. So anyway, they have a door duel with this, and then he also meets another colorful group of friends called Birdmen, which they have a very creepy and very ominous vibe to them. What happens with them is that whenever they're hungry, whenever they want to feast on somebody or kill somebody, what they'll do is they'll envelop them in their wings like this, and then you see him do a little dance, and then it resembles one of those magicians which probably change rooms to do what they do. That's where the beautiful woman changes in the loop, and it reminds me of that. But instead of changing into a beautiful woman, they end up becoming bones, whoever in there. So it's implied that the Berman creates a kind of digestive acid, like a pitcher plant, or something similar to that, like a big victory bell or something. And for the Beastmaster, being able to control animals and stuff, you think that they'd be able to, he'd be able to control these things, or whatever. And then there are the mindless beasts that Max and his followers create, where they take a normal man, a prisoner of some kind, and they put like a worm or a slug into the head, into the ear canals, and then it slowly eats away at the control circuitry in their brain, where they can be manipulated and they have pure control over whoever it were to be, so that they go from being good to being bad. Basically, you get transformed into a thinking person, a thinking man, into an uncontrolled beast. Now, you would think that this type of thing would be useful to the Beastmaster. They could somehow mind meld into the psyche and put them back in the good guys, but no. These guys are pure evil. They do whatever the bad guys tell them to do. Kind of like the place of the Power Rangers movie. No soul. He has green eyes, and they get like Hades inspired helmet, like from God of War. So it's actually pretty nice, pretty interesting. Plus, when they transform, you see them go into shock and stuff whenever they get that thing put in their heads. It's kind of like a sentient acid that's put into their brains, which, I don't know, thinking about it, you would think that it'd be some kind of a paralyzed agent, that the person would be paralyzed by having something severed in their brain, or like a lobotomy, where they have a grin on their face, or that they wouldn't be able to move properly, or whatever, but they're agile, they can chase the animals, they can smash things with their superhuman strength, and they can just make life living hell for these people. And you do end up chasing Porto and Koro to the point that you want these little ferrets to survive and have fun with everything, prosper and stuff. But things do put that threat to these animals and to the people in general. But I don't believe that in the whole movie or in the whole story they actually have a thing where they have Dar versus these creatures, these mindless beasts, these berserkers, if you will. And then we have the Juns. Now the Juns are like a barbarian horde, more or less, with a leader that uses its own horse, that has a big imposing crown of looks like Batwings on top of his crown. So that's the end of the movie. They're like a big threat in the end of the movie. And they get rid of them in a very interesting way. They cover up a moat, and then they have the barbarian group go over the moat, thinking that it's all ground because the good guys covered up with dirt and all that. So that they think that they moved the bridge back a little bit, so they make it look like it's a fake floor, and then all the people, the horde end up going over to they're on horseback, and then they end up getting from horses. And then at the end, Little Birdman come and do the little dances, and they make them all dissolve. Pretty funny too, but they do have a fight with the John Leader and Dar. That's a fight. So anyway, they have Polo and Kodo, which was my mother's favorite animal of the bunch. In fact, my dad had a friend named Ira who used to have ferrets. They were actually pretty damn cute too. They would go everywhere in the house and everything, and little crevices that we used to have, like couch cushions and all that. It was just adorable. Little weasel rodents that they were adorable. I love them. They weren't named Polo, but it was so fun to play with them, look at them. So anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, you have to fight these beasts, and they do escape from them. And I haven't mentioned who they got to play, Seth, who goes around town with a bow staff, which I don't have right now, but I might eventually get both staff. Mr. McDowell himself. Yeah, the guy from Coming to America, of all movies, of all guys, John Amos. And it's very, very funny in this movie. For that reason, he played Mr. McDowell in the other movie. And, maybe Coming to America too. But, also, he was very, fit for this role too, because he's very endearing, very full wisdom, and he's very he's finally fit for a guy that you assume is for the other role, for McDowell. And he's very athletic too, and I'm sure the guy got some level for doing this, but it was pretty funny. So anyway, they have that, and they do make some children in this movie, and anyway, Mayak has to do some very we gotta do a sacrifice of little children at like his temple, and it's like by a big fire pit, very distinctive fire pit too. It's like on a pyramid, but there's like a Nazi cut out, like the pyramid that you see in a Super Mario 64, like the smooth side, and it's like a little cut into it, like for the fire area. So he got sacrificed kids, the god for like for whatever reason, and they show that he likes to sacrifice male children because he doesn't want to have King Dead be threatened by any prophecy. I mean, normally, for a story like this, to sacrifice only male children, it might be more of a biblical thing, just like the massacre of the innocents, or like say, Moses, or something like that. Yeah, this story does resemble Moses a little bit. So anyway, in this whole movie, it's expected that it's a kind of a sacrifice, but usually it's for virgin women, for whatever reason. But but he likes to sacrifice the children, mostly babies. And this one mother trying to protect her baby from his forces and his barbecue ways until it's snatched up by the Beastmaster eagle. And it's really quite funny, but I would like to call bullshit on that because I doubt it if Falcon or an eagle has enough strength to carry a full, I'm gonna say 50-pound child, 50-pound child on it, basically like long wings. I would consider that a little stretch of the imagination. So in replacement, he may decided to sacrifice Tal in a very, I just meant to read the Bible, the part where they had the binding of Isaac, and so Seth and Dar have to go fight him for the kid. And they're knocking down, and one of the witches, before she's killed by Seth, decided to give Max a phoenix down because he's fully revived. He's like, I'll kill you all, I'll kill you, Dar. And so Kudo sacrifices himself to bite him in the back of the head or something, or the back of the neck. It can go into fire as well as Kudo. So rest in peace, my little friend. So anyway, they show they show him dying and roasted alive, along with the ferret too. It's just sad, but don't feel too bad because on the way during the adventure, Kodo must have knocked up Podo, and it meant to got a little snoo thing going on there to the song Boom Chicka Wow out. So they have babies at the end of the movie. Just so goddamn adorable. I swear to God, so cute. So anyway, you think that'd be in the movie, right? But no, it's not in the movie because they took away by the Juns, and so they take up the castle that they just took over from Mayax. and little Zed, and they end up pulling the bridge back a little bit, and they had all the people and stuff bury the moat in like the glare of dirt and sand to make it look like a solid ground, solid earth. And I it implied that the moat is made of tar or something like thicker than water, so that they have it covered in earth. And I believe that it's also flammable too, so I could get tar or oil petroleum or something, so that when the Juns come over, they end up getting trapped in the petroleum and then lit on fire eventually. So then you see Dora actually fight with the Jun leader, played by Tony Epper. So that's a pretty good choreography. But then you also see that all the citizens are surrounded by Juns, and they're like barbarians and they're undisciplined. That's no, I'm sure they probably need a bath stuff until the council of bird people come around and they envelop them all, and then they end up dissolving in the bones. And him all screaming and stuff. For kids, This is a good movie for kids. I think this movie's great. I think it's really very great. More for teenagers. But still, hearing the screams of the dead and dying is a delight. And let's see, well, they also meet with Kirie's father. I think he's blind, and he also said that, I'm sorry, well, I think he's, oh yeah, that's right. It's not King Dead, it's not the bad guy. It's the real king, but Max took over for him. Took usurped his power. So it turned out that Zed is Darth's real biological father, and that Zed's blind, and that he doesn't accept Darth as his son because he's a freak, because he can touch the animals and stuff and command them to do everything. To which I say, let it be different, and we're all special in our own way. With love until he does take over, take his chapter and stuff. And this is such a little confusing, this movie. I'm sorry if I botched something up, but it's still pretty good. Anyway, I think that they were trying to read something on with Kirie as being like a message of the evil magic cards or something like that, but didn't follow up on it. So you see that big sword fight between Dar and between the Jun leader. It's actually pretty awesome, and you see this whole thing backlit by a fire that's put on by the moat and all that, by the citizenry and stuff. It's really nice. So when the bad people come and destroy them, it kind of reminds me of the gal from Titan AE, and even though they're savage and they're fierce and all that, they still have a very I want to say dignity behind them, but there's more of a mutual respect as they accept Dora as being the new ruler of our. It's such a pretty cool to see that creatures like this kill people and hear them scream and stuff. They can actually respect Galadar, who's got the mark of R on his face, and got like a headband, like kind of like the orange from the never-ending story. Anyway, this movie is pretty good. I enjoy all of it. I'll put the link for you in the description below for it. I don't know how long it's gonna be on there for, but it's pretty cool. I'll talk about the next Beastmaster movie in the next year for my mom's heavenly birthday. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. It was fun. There were a few funny parts. Look, like Mayak was funny, even though it should have been just Max. Mad Max, if you will. And then you have the witches. They were pretty cool too. And let's see here. I can see why my mom liked the ferrets. They were cute as all hell. And fuzzy. And let's see what else was there. There was many biblical references in it too, like the prophecy of being overthrown by your son. There was the sacrifice and the binding of the kid. And then there was the father not wanting to have anything to do with the son, being that he was like magical and all that. And he did like a very interesting movie from my point of view. I just wish there were more animals involved. And I noticed that when it came to like the humanoid animals, like the beasts and the bad people, the bird people I mean, and which I don't know if they actually fly, but they drop down from like a parachute type thing onto the victim. I wonder what would happen if they ever did that when they were full, when the creatures were full, when they couldn't eat anymore. They would be effective. So anyway, there's that, and then there's the creatures that were the brain slug creatures that were that ate the guy's brain and made him into a mindless berserker, pretty much. On the white dog couldn't talk to him. So anyway, I like to have to rescue Kiri from a few situations. I just like this movie all around. Which, by the way, I'm surprised that they only had one or maybe two berserker guys in it. You didn't have multiple, like the army were, and armies were. That would be nice. Well, no, just two guys. That was very. There was good top fighting action. I like the fact that as Doug grows up and gets more mature, he gets more animal buddies. like not like the opposite of Pocahontas, where she has like all the animal way from the get go. He makes friends as they go along. First it's the eagle, and then the two ferrets, and the big tiger, the big panther. Which is nice because I don't think panthers get as much love as they do mainstream. You know, most people um like lions, tigers, leopards, cheetahs, and Aslan from Narnia. But yeah, I think this movie's worth it for you to see if you like animals and all that. If I could talk to the animals, I don't know who made that song, but anyway. I thank you for watching my review on the Beastmaster from 1982, 3 years before I was born, and my mom loved it. But as such, I did this for my mother's birthday on April 12th. And yet, it is looked open-minded for a new sequel, and so a sequel after that, and so on and so forth. I also like the idea about poking the eye, like Grim said once in it. Billy and Angela, let's poke it. As such, I give this movie my happy seal of approval because it was freaking awesome and nostalgic purpose. I remember from when I was younger, I remember the thing with the brain slug. I remember that. I remember the sacrifice scene, and I remember the ferret dying, which was tragic. I mean, you would think that he would jump to safety at the last minute and be a good father to his little ferret babies. No. Also, before I do my other things, I want to say, happy heavenly birthday, Mom. You deserve the best. So, yeah. If you like what you see here, and want to see more of my videos and such, you can always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also reach me for future suggestions on my future stuff by calling me or text me at my number at 631 707 3707. You can also follow me on Twitter or actually if you prefer at Beastmaster. Also, you can get my email at JJ's viewing channel at gmail.com. So, I salute all you little Beastmasters of your own, on your own. Peace out, my brothers and sisters. I also salute all you fans of sword and sorcery movies, like calling in fantasy stuff, magical stuff too, like in Red Sonja too, and Never Ending Stories. Okay, the peace out, my brothers and sisters. Aloha, sayonara, See you in the next video, all you girls, you guys, into land. Ciao, ciao. Arrivederci.